Good Mom and Monday.
You're here with the Mistaken Mama podcast. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Mandee.
And we are your hosts. This week, we're going to be talking about screen time, if we allow it, and how it goes on in our house.
And how our ideas have changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they sure should have.
Yep.
So to start, let's get right into the mom fails of the week.
Yes.
What have you got for us, Mandee?
I forgot.
Well, let's go. Okay.
Let me peek at mine real quick.
We are recording 2 episodes in one day.
Yes.
Okay, so we're kind of having to make up for it. So we're just going to give an extra one because you may notice we're in the same clothes as an episode you may have already seen recently.
Yeah.
It's the same day. It's about like 5 minutes apart from when we ended that one. So we're just going to move right past that, get right on into the episode, and pretend you don't notice that.
Yep. So forget all that.
Oopsie. Oh, look, we're in different outfits.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So my fail actually happened a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was at my hair appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know why I didn't bring this up in that video as my fail. But, so that day also was the day that there was kind of like a cell phone outage.
Oh my God.
And so
that day was fun.
It was not fun. My husband had both of my kids and my daughter won't take a bottle. So he was probably at some point going to have to bring her for me to nurse her or whatever. So he did bring her. And he couldn't contact me to be like, you know, are you done? Are you close to done? Whatever. So he brought her and then he left. And about 20 minutes later, Carrie Ann and I looked at each other and we were like, he didn't bring a diaper bag. Sure didn't. So I don't know if this is a dad fail or a me fail. But yeah, forgot a diaper bag. And then about 5 minutes after that, she proceeded to crap.
I remember, wasn't it like right around that time that I texted you?
Yep.
And you were like, how are you texting me right now?
Yeah. I was so shocked that I was like, wait, I just got a text. It's from Kaylee. So then Kaylee almost brought me a diaper, but it just so happened that I was checking my cameras at home. Like, honestly, I was pressing the alarm, trying to get him to come outside and he could not figure it out. But he was leaving at the same time that I was texting you and I was like, oh no, he's on his way. Mm-hmm. And then literally as he was driving, I got cell phone service and I called him and I was like, you forgot a diaper bag. And she crapped. And he's like, well, I'm on my way. And I was like, well, do you have a diaper bag? And he goes, no, I got to run home. So then he ran home, came back, and everything was fine. But yeah, she was probably only in the poopy diaper like 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it was like.
It makes you feel bad.
I was starting to look around the salon like, is there anything that maybe I could kind of use? No, not that I could see.
Pull a Full House with Jesse and Joey in like the very first episode where they're like, have you seen Full House?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So we're watching it right now, which is why this is on top of my mind. They like grab her and they're, what do they say? Fan her fanning.
Oh, yes.
And then they like wrap her in like
towels or something.
Paper towels. That's what it is.
That's right.
Jesse's like holding her out and then he spins with her.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie's like, she's like, what are these? And they're like, Stephanie, why didn't you say something? Nobody asked me.
Yeah, that I was about ready to do one of those.
Yep. Been there, done that.
So what was your fail?
So my fail would have to be kind of similar, actually. Mm-hmm. So Damon, my son, he's still in diapers. He's 2.5. He's going to be 3 in July. He sometimes does a good job of letting us know that he needs his diaper changed, and sometimes he does not.
Yeah.
Sometimes he will hide once he has pooped. I don't know.
Sorry. That was a fuzz.
Oh, I don't know what it is about him, though, where he just doesn't want his diaper changed when he poops. So he'll, like, run away and hide.
Okay.
And so he was in a poopy diaper for a while.
Oh.
And his butt got red. And
been there.
So I changed his diaper, wiped him all off, and I was like, you need to tell me so that we can get you out of this. Because by the time that we find, and he has very sensitive skin, mind you.
So does Maverick.
So, like, he can be in a poopy diaper for 30 minutes, and his butt is red, okay? And so his butt was bright red. It was very raw, and he was very uncomfortable, and he was screaming at me. This poor kid. And I was like, you need to tell me. So I put a diaper on him. A few minutes later, he pees and starts screaming bloody murder.
Oh, no, because it burns.
It burns.
Yep.
And he's like, ah, just freaking out.
Yeah, Maverick now tells me cream, mama.
Yep. Damon was like running around looking like he just got off a horse. I was like, go grab a diaper. Goes grabs a diaper again, walking like he's just got off a horse. For certain. Brings me a diaper, chucks it at me. So he changed his diaper. And then again, like 30 minutes later, same thing happens again. And that happens like 17. Happens like 7 times that day. Oh, I felt so bad. And I was like, I don't know what I was, he was playing in his room. And I had recently changed him, and so I didn't realize that he had pooped.
Right, and he didn't tell you.
Mm-mm. It wasn't until I came to check on him that I was like, what's that smell?
There's a odor in here.
Yep. It's like, oh, man. All right, cool. Let's figure that out.
Good times.
Yep. Mom wins.
Mom win. I was trying to think of this last night, but I don't think for this entire last week that we have eaten out. Nice. Which for us is like big.
I can't say any of that.
Lately, we have been way better. Like if we do, it's maybe 1 to 2 times a week. Mm-hmm. There was a time period where it was like every other day. Mm-hmm. And that gets expensive after a while.
Very.
Sometimes it's cheaper. I found like it depends on what you're grabbing. Mm-hmm. Like if we get pizza, that lasts us a few days.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it is kind of cheaper. Uh-huh. But yeah, we've cooked dinner and breakfast and found something for lunch every day.
Good job.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed.
Nice.
Yeah. So what about you?
Oh, here's one. My mom win recently. So I cut. That's going to be very annoying.
I was going to say that was loud.
So I cut my husband's hair at home. He's very particular about his hair and stuff, and so we cut it at home. And my daughter wanted bangs. And I successfully cut my daughter's bangs, and it looks pretty good.
You did, and she looks very cute.
She looks so cute.
Very cute.
She's
very
so
grown up.
I know.
And it was funny when I came over to your house, and I was like, I love your bangs. She's like, what bangs?
Oh, yeah, because she's been, like, hiding them, and then she'll hide them. Yeah. And then she'll shake them out, and she'll be like, I have bangs.
Which, I mean, yes.
She has
That's
a
what I would do,
for
too.
the dramatics.
Yeah.
Very.
Super cute, though.
Okay, so
books. Still trying to get into the Crave series.
Yes.
This is a little awkward because we like we said, we just filmed.
Literally just filmed this.
Okay. Continue.
Anyways, as far as like reading goes, I'm kind of dipping into Midnight Sun a little bit. I stopped reading it.
That's
like halfway through.
Twilight.
Yes.
It's his perspective?
Yes. I stopped reading it about halfway through. He just sulks in his depression. And so it's kind of hard to read. Yeah. Which, I mean, even Stephanie Meyer, the author, she's even been like, that was a hard book for me to write. She's like, he was just sulking the entire time.
So depressed.
Yeah. I think she's going to make 2 more books. And people were like, another Edward's perspective. She's like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
So what are those ones going to be?
She hasn't announced yet.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't even fully announced if she's actually going to do them. She's just kind of toying with the idea from what I understand.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Midnight Sun.
And speaking of the Twilight series, isn't Crave kind of based off of?
I'm not certain if it's based off of or if it is just a similar genre of teenage vampire love.
Because there's a beginning where like, whatever, like, thank you to my husband for allowing me, blah, 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 whatever that page is called. It says, thank you for... Hello. It says, thank you to Stephanie for something.
I mean, it could just be a friend, but maybe she was
Have you seen the artwork?
Like on the covers?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very similar.
Yeah, I have all the physical books.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, I have all the hardcovers. And like the whole drip thing.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The only one I don't have is the one that's actually not released yet. I have it pre-ordered. It's coming.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that there was one that wasn't out.
There's like 7 total.
Yeah.
I think. It's like Crave, Crush.
They all start with a C, I think. Collide.
No, not all of them.
I thought they all did.
I thought that they all did too, but there's like one.
Oh.
That does not. Hold on.
That kind of messes with me.
Please. It does. I haven't started reading them yet, but I hear that they're a really good series if you liked the Twilight series. Mm-hmm. And I plan on getting into those, but I'm wary of starting them until that next book comes, and that's supposed to come in like November or something like that.
Yeah. I've heard they're good, so I really want to get into it. I also started it, like I said, at a bad time. It was right after I finished a series, and I started it right before I went to bed.
Yeah.
So I was kind of tired. It was one of those moments, have you ever had where like you read a whole page or maybe a couple pages and then it hits you like, wait, what did I just read? Like I don't even know. I don't even think I was reading it.
Oh no, they all do start with C. You're right.
Okay.
What was it that was throwing me then?
I don't know.
I don't know, because it's crave, crush, covet, court, charm, and cherish.
Not collide.
Not collide.
So I'll have to power through because I've heard they're good and there's so many and I love me a long series.
Me too. Sometimes I get like, I don't want to read these because I want to read other things. And so I struggle to start series sometimes because I really like one-off books, but then I get pissed off at one-off books because I want there to be more.
I hate one-off books. I have a hard time with them because it seems like such a quick story and then I'm like, but I want more.
Yeah. That was part of the thing with like when I was writing my books is like, oh, one-offs are so much easier to write.
Oh, yeah.
But not as satisfying to read.
Right.
But I kind of also like switching between stories. Excuse me.
Okay. Anyway.
Screen time.
Screen time. Some of my new favorite times.
Same. Oh, I was so against it when I first became a mom. Or not even like when I first became a mom, but like even before.
Oh, yeah. I was
super against it.
Definitely like, who puts their kid in front of a screen?
I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah, like that's
play with your kid.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, well, now Mandee is like,
utilize the tools you got.
but no, like I was super against it. I was just like, they need to be able to entertain themselves, or I need to be able to entertain them. I didn't want it, and now it is something that I do genuinely rely on. Though I am very strict about what they can watch.
Same.
We have like a whole list of shows that like me and Thomas we even have like pictures on them that like the kids can quite literally flip through so that they're not just like scrolling on, excuse me, that the kids can flip through so they're not just like scrolling on, Netflix or whatever, so that they pick a show on like the little menu that we have for them.
Right, yeah.
And then from there they can decide, and then we go and get it for them, or if Anna, because she knows how to control the TV, if she knows where to find that specific show, then she'll go find it.
Yeah. I think being a stay-at-home mom, you almost have to utilize it. You don't have to, but I feel like you get really burnt out if you just try to make sure that you are the only one entertaining your kids. And so it's nice to have that little reprieve. We try to set not time limits, but like, I think I've mentioned before, he has quiet time. That's when he goes and watches his movies. Sometimes first thing in the morning when I'm trying to get chores done around the house, that's also a time when he will watch it.
Yeah.
But I do try to make sure that there's like separations of time. It's not, some days it's an all day thing. If I'm just really having a time, I'm like, sure, watch whatever you want to watch.
Yeah.
Within reason, obviously.
Within reason.
But it can be for as long as he wants. If he wants to watch a movie all day, some days you kind of need that.
Yeah, we're the same way. I try to limit it, and like if I can, or if I notice that they're not watching it, I'll make sure that I'm getting the TV turned off. Although I am a type of person that I do like having that background noise.
Me too.
It kind of grounds me a bit.
Yeah.
Especially because my brain goes like a mile a minute, and so like at night before bed, like I will watch movies and stuff, and so the kids now do as well, going to sleep.
Yeah.
We have like a TV in the room and everything now, and man, I was so against that for the longest time. So was Thomas. Like it was a whole conversation just to decide if we wanted to put a TV in the room.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to there yet, partially because Maverick's still in our room most of the time. But yeah, that's where he has his quiet time, is in our room. And he watches his movies in there, except for in the morning. But we also try to put music on throughout the day in between, because like you said, the background noise, it's just, I enjoy it. And I think he enjoys it when it's too quiet sometimes. But we do also allow for literal quiet time where there's nothing on.
We struggle with that in our house.
Yeah.
My kids, I'm certain, have ADHD.
Right.
And so we're trying to get my oldest diagnosed with that and all that fun stuff. But with that being said, if her brain works even remotely similar to mine, the quiet, it's almost too much anxiety because your brain just
keeps going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very often, but It's usually when I'm to my point where I'm super, super overwhelmed and I'm like, I just need a minute. Like,
yeah, that's when I shut everything off too.
Like 10 minutes of just,
yeah,
you know.
I get to that point, and that's kind of where I set that boundary for myself. I'm like, I need a couple minutes of just like being quiet. But usually, like if Thomas is home, for example, I'll just go disappear into my room or something.
Yeah.
And have that quiet time, because I know that that can almost make the kids worse.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. So do you do like the? Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you do like the letting the kids play on your phone and stuff when you're out?
Like watching something while we're out?
Watching or playing like a kid game or something. Because like Ellie right now isn't actually doing anything on it. She's just tapping it.
He doesn't play any games on my phone. He likes to do the camera now. He likes to take pictures now. Yeah.
Ellie has now turned on the camera.
And there are moments where we're out and about and I do like put on a show for him. We try really hard not to, because we don't want that to become a thing. We try to just, you know, if we're out and about, let's entertain you with what we're out and about for. Sometimes you just need that moment. You're in a crazy, hectic restaurant and he won't settle no matter what we do. And it's like, okay, hey, you want to watch Encanto? Because that sounds great right now.
Yeah.
You know? I feel bad in those moments, though. And I wish I didn't.
I do, too. I really do. And I try to not feel that way, and especially because sometimes I do get those looks.
Yeah, the people that look at you that like you can't control your kid, so you're gonna let them watch TV.
Yeah. I also try not to look at TV like as a reward,
right?
And I think a lot of people do. Granted, I grew up with TV kind of being like a reward for me, and so I think that's kind of where I latched onto it. Once I could, because I wasn't just freely allowed to use it whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm kind of trying to see if...
Yeah, you're pooping, I know.
I'm kind of trying to just see if, like, allowing them free reign for the TV, for the most part, allows for a healthy attachment of it versus mine, where I almost have like that dependency on it.
Right. Yeah.
Because like it was taken away from me as a kid. Like I would be like watching a TV show like growing up, and my stepdad would come home and be like, no more crap tunes, and he would turn it on to whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I got TV taken away as a punishment. I used to have to need to watch something to fall asleep. Now that I've picked up reading the last few years, again, that's been my fall asleep to that. So I don't want him to have to feel like he has to have something on when he falls asleep. He falls asleep with us in the living room, and we usually have something on, so he is kind of falling asleep with TV right now. Which is fine, ultimately. I just hate the dependence of it.
Yeah, I get that too. For me, personally, I know this is kind of like about the kids and stuff too, though. If I don't have something on, be it music or if it's like just like music, it doesn't work. It has to be lyrics. Like I have to be having words, which is why TV works.
Yeah.
Is because with my thoughts going crazy, if I don't have something on to pull me away from that, I will go into a spiral.
Oh, same.
And then I'm like freaking out thinking, did I pay a bill 3 years ago?
Yep. Same. No, that's why I literally read until my eyes are so heavy that I know the second I turn my phone off, I will be out.
Yep. I do that too, but then I wake up in the middle of the night.
Oh.
I'm a person who wakes up a lot.
Yeah.
Because this one wakes up a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm also a very light sleeper too, though.
Yeah. I don't wake up a lot. There's times, though, I think it happens like 3 times a week maybe, where I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just awake, like wide awake.
I do that.
And my brain will just go into a tizzy of like thoughts.
I do that.
And so I read then in the middle of the night. And sometimes Michael will wake up and he's like, why are you reading? And I'm like, because I can't turn it off, okay? And I'm wide awake and it's 2 a.m. and it's too early to get up.
I find myself doing that too, where there are several books that I've done that with.
Yeah.
I find myself only being able to do that with some books, though. Some books I don't want to read in the middle of the night. Oh my God. Being attacked. So we decided to take a quick break. So sorry if there's like a weird jump here. The kids were
They weren't feeling it.
not feeling it. Nope. And pretty on par for the episode, I think. One of my, my baby, not one of them. Mine is watching Dora currently. So
Yes.
pretty on par.
I would say so.
I'd say.
So I think we left off with talking about the restaurants.
Yeah.
And going out and doing screen time while we're out and about. Mm-hmm. What would you say are your views like at other people's houses? Because obviously they have different rules about what they can watch and stuff.
I think that so for the most part, it's my daughter my oldest. She tends to be the most like boisterous about it. Like whenever we go to my mom's or something, she'll be like, "Oh, can I watch a show?" Or like if she comes over here, same thing. Can I watch a show?
Yeah.
I try to avoid it at other people's houses because I don't want that to be the default when we're supposed to be interacting with other people.
Yeah.
Same with if somebody's coming to visit, and that's something that I struggle with a lot. Like whenever my mom comes over or something, she wants to like play on my mom's phone,
right?
And I always have to be like, "No, we're supposed to be like spending time, here, and I don't want your attention on the phone." And we also try to avoid the on the phone thing for my oldest. Because she will ask for it constantly if we allow it.
Yeah.
And then it's literally all the time.
Yeah.
And so we try to avoid that.
I definitely try to encourage at least some one-on-one playtime with my mom when he goes over there before she breaks out the movies.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I know that they bond through watching movies, and he'll like snuggle up with her and watch a movie and it's really cute, but I definitely don't want him to always think like, oh, when I'm around Nana, I can just watch all the movies I want to watch and get away with, watching whatever. Because she's a little bit more lenient with the TV movies. Hi, Mom, if you're watching.
Hi, Auntie. At what age did you start to allow Maverick to use some more screen time?
I would say right about when he turned 2 was probably when we really started letting him. He was watching movies prior to, but it was like here or there, not really consistent. And it was when I got pregnant that I realized that I needed something to entertain him, especially like in the beginning I was really sick and I was throwing up all the time. And so I needed something like, here, sit and watch this so I can lay down and rest because I need it, Yeah,
that's kind of how it was too. I think Anna, she was a bit younger when I started. And honestly, I think a lot of that actually stemmed from the way that my mother-in-law made me feel. Like she kind of had me in a you need to make the house perfect type role. And I didn't feel like I had enough time to do that and keep my however many month-old entertained. Because for a while there, we lived in a negative amount of excess. That didn't make sense. Like a bad amount of, we had so much clutter.
Right.
You've seen pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
We had so much clutter and
like a maximalist.
Kind of, but like we didn't have the space for that.
Right.
So things kind of ended up everywhere.
Yeah.
I kind of went through like a really big, like I needed to clutter, like Marie Kondo type phase where I was kind of obsessed with just being like, I don't want to rely on stuff anymore. And my husband was the same way. He like, it's distinctly this item here that made me realize how dependent we were on items that didn't matter. And it was this set of 3 little red candle holders. Like those like that you'd find at an old lady's house. Like the pretend glass. Yeah. It's not even real glass. Like it's plastic. And it was red and like you stick a candle on top. Yeah. We had 3 of them. He would not want to get rid of them. It's like, where did you get these from? Is it like from your grandma? Like, no. Where'd you get it? I don't know. Why do we have this?
Why are we holding on to it?
Why do I? He's like, I don't know. Just have always had them. Okay, that's not a good enough reason. Right. And it was kind of right around that time that I was like, okay, I want to go through, and if I don't have a reason for having or keeping something, I don't want to keep it anymore. Right. And then we severely downsized, and now I feel like we're kind of getting back into that again. But at the time, when we started kind of decluttering and stuff, she was very much like, you need to be like cooking, cleaning, whatever. And I kind of felt the pressure to, I don't have time
Right.
to be playing with her all day long.
Yeah. Because you need to be doing all these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I would, it was Bubble Guppies. Bubble Guppies was like our coming in clutch.
Yeah.
She watched a lot of Bubble Guppies as like a baby. Not like a baby.
Right.
From like, I don't know,
Like a
9-ish
year.
months.
Okay, yeah.
We started turning it on for like an hour or so a day.
Yeah.
While I could just like run around the house and get stuff done.
Yeah.
And then
I
just
feel
kind of
that,
got
though.
more and more.
I feel like sometimes that's your only time to be able to do things. Sometimes the kids are like content to play and you can get things done. But other times it's like, okay, I know that people always say like, just leave it on the back burner and enjoy your time now. But there's only so many days in a row that you can do that before it's like, okay, we have no dishes now.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. The whole, you know, oh, the dishes will still be there after you're done cuddling. It's like, yes. But like you said, how many times can you do that? If my kid wants to cuddle me all day long and we're still using dishes, and it's like, when is that gonna?
Yeah.
You know.
When do I put my foot down and say, okay, no, now it has to get done?
Yeah, it's hard.
And sometimes it's like, I mean, yeah, I guess we could put everything off till they go to bed and then stay up and clean everything. But then when's the time that you find for yourself?
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. So I feel like screen time helps you balance that out a little bit. And we do live in a digital world.
We really do. I mean, hi.
You're watching us on a screen right now, or you're listening to Ellie. You're listening to us on, you know, headphones or your phone or in the car, you know. So I feel like it's really hard not to take advantage of it.
It is.
Because
and I
it's
think,
there.
yeah. And I mean, I think that as long as your kid's not watching something detrimental to them,
right,
then it's not as bad. And like, so we're not a Cocomelon
nope,
household, and I don't judge those who do.
Nope.
It gives me anxiety personally with how quickly it moves, how many colors. It's way too flashy. I'm a neutrals girl at heart. I mean, so you can, our set, there's like,
welcome.
The brightest color is probably this picture frame, this picture frame behind my head is probably the brightest color aside from like our neutral. Like that's the only sense of, it's kind of like an orange. Well, I guess this is more the green actually.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the green. The green's the most bright. That too.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what's brightest on the screen, but I guess technically this is brighter.
Oh, and I guess our cups, but they're still neutral.
Neutral earth tones.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, my cup is actually green on the top here. I don't know if you guys can. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's green that kind of fades into like a cream.
Mine's cream.
It's just cream with dots. It's got polka dots.
Oh, true.
Well, not polka dots, like speckles, like freckles.
Yeah, little brownish specklies. But yeah, no, we try to do less stimulating shows if we can, only because I've honestly seen a difference with Maverick.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is one that for some reason just gets him. If he's watching it, it's kind of like afterwards, the rest of the day, he's kind of a little bit Okay, both of you. After he watches it, he's kind of just like a little bit spazzy throughout the day. So we've tested that theory, like by not letting him watch it and he won't have a spaz out, or watching something different, he won't have a spaz out. It could have just been coincidence of that day, but I've noticed every time it's on a pattern of he won't listen. He's like all over the place, can't settle him down. You know, when like a kid's just running around and you're like, Maverick, 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 Maverick. And you have to like grab them by the arm gently and like get down on their level and be like, dude. And he's still just like, you know.
Damon gets that way. Yeah. I should see if it has a correlation with his shows.
Michael was the one who brought it up. Man. He's a little bit more anti-screen time than I am.
Mm-hmm. I get that vibe from him.
Anyway, he was the one who pointed out that there could be a correlation. And so we stopped letting him watch it and the behavior stopped.
Okay. I'm going to test that theory now.
Yeah.
I will let you know in like a week or two. If I notice a difference depending on the show that he's watching.
Yeah.
I do, however, have to say that when they're watching Bluey, they are both intently and calmly watching. Both being Anna and Damon.
Right.
My two oldest.
That's the same with Little Bear on Amazon. Maverick will sit and he is very into the show. He laughs at the jokes and everything. He's into the show, but he's not like super overly stimulated. And he's able to watch several and still just, after he's done watching it, he'll usually get up and he just stretches and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna go play now.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like I feel like after Mickey Mouse, even during, he's like running around spazzing out, and then he comes out in the living room and he's yelling at me about something, and then and like, you know how there's always a delay before the next episode comes, especially on Disney.
Yes, and it's like 18 seconds.
So long. He will scream at me, Mama, Mickey, Mickey, Mickey. But when Little Bear, he'll be like, Mama, Bear. And I'm like, it'll be on in a minute. And then he's fine. But if I tell him it'll be on in a minute for Mickey, he's screaming at me. Like, you need to come in here and fast forward and press play.
Yeah. Excuse me, child. Yeah, Damon kind of does the same thing. He'll go, Mama, oh. Mama, oh. And I'm like, just hold on, just wait. And he'll like go, ah. Like, he's so impatient.
Hey, we're almost done. Aww. Kaylee, what do you want to drink at Starbucks?
I get Starbucks.
For Women Appreciation Day.
Oh.
So yeah, for the most part, I like to use screen time as a tool, but I don't like to just sit him in front of the screen all day long.
Yeah, we try to have the, like, we call it TV off time.
Okay, yeah.
Which is when we just obviously don't have the TV on.
Yeah.
At all.
But I don't think that anybody should be shamed for using the screen. I get the stigma around it.
Sounds like she's saying, I get it.
I get it. I get the stigma around it, but I also think that, you know, parents have to do what they have to do to get through the day and get things done. And we're not just letting our kids watch TV all day long and not interacting with them.
Exactly. Like, we're still playing with them. I'm still, like, I homeschool my kid, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's our little take on screen time. Let us know in the comments of wherever you're listening to or watching this, or if you can't comment, then go on to our Instagram. We'll have a post about this episode, and let us know what your opinion is. We're really curious to know if you allow screen time or if you don't, and if you limit it or if you don't.
Yeah. And what shows you like to let your kids watch.
Yes, I would love to know.
Yeah.
I know that Bluey is very popular amongst a lot of moms.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious to know if there's any other ones that you guys are like super into. If you guys are a Coco Melon family, if you're not, because that one tends to be on the more controversial side.
That's true. Yeah. And check out Little Bear because it's very similar to Bluey. It's just older, but very similar in style.
Yeah.
So
I like it. Picasso.
Yeah. And Kaylee has her book coming out.
When you're listening to this, assuming we're posting it on the correct day, it should be tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
That's right. It comes out on a Tuesday, and
That's
today
right.
would be Monday when you guys are listening to this. So it should be out tomorrow. If you ordered the Kindle or Nook or whatever ebook version, you guys will be getting it tomorrow morning. The audiobook is still in process. However, I do have a little snippet for you today.
Yes.
So you guys get to hear a little bit of a part that I decided to record and have in here as a little whatever. That's not out yet, and I don't have a date for that yet, but when I do, you guys will know. So without further ado, here is a little snippet of my book that comes out tomorrow, Kate. A light rain drizzles down on top of us as we stand around the stone the world forgot. It's small and overgrown with grass and weeds, slowly sinking beneath the earth. Overhead, the dark, crying clouds part slightly, allowing small streams of light to shine through onto the forgotten headstones. This is a place where the earth has begun to reclaim the land as the lives here are slowly taken back, unmissed and unknown. Daniel stares down at the name carved into the moss-covered grave. He reaches down, places a small bouquet we purchased at a flower shop just down the street. 7 white lilies, wrapped in black ribbon, next to the headstone. Upon standing, he takes one final look at the grave before grabbing Bryn's car seat and walking away towards the vehicle Lowen brought us in. He climbs inside, shutting the door behind him. Lowen follows, leaving me alone as I stand next to her grave. The rain begins to cease, and the clouds part, allowing more sun to shine through as I breathe the crisp air. I kneel, small beams of light warm my face. I trace her name with my fingers, feeling every imperfection in the carving with the sensitive flesh. A cool gust of wind throws my hair lightly around my face. "Thank you," I whisper as I straighten the bouquet and brush tiny pieces of greenery from the stone. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet. I'm really excited for you guys to get that. If you haven't ordered your copy and you'd like to, we'll have a link in the description for you guys. Also, don't forget to get your merch.
Yes, get your merch. Order Kaylee's book.
Woo!
Like, subscribe, comment.
All of it.
All the things.
Share. Please share this.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun talking to you guys, and we'd love to be able to reach as many people as possible because I know that there are moms everywhere that need that reassurance that they're not alone.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So, all right, we will see you guys next Monday.
See you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.